Welcome to Presente, a space and community that vibes on being in the moment, something we are relearning how to do in a fast-moving world.
We are excited to be part of a growing movement that talks about topics that we feel haven't been talked about in our Latin culture and womanhood.
Be present with us. Take a pause and break down societal norms.
Redefine the meaning of existing. Welcome to Presente, the podcast.
Welcome to Presente. Today's episode is about something that we may have not known about, but you'll get to learn about it today. We come in peace. Remember that line? If you've guessed alien words of passage to humans, then you're right. Our topic for this episode is the idea of starseeds. Is it real? Do starseeds exist? If you're encapsulated by science fiction and theories of the universe, galaxies, and extraterrestrial life, this episode brings up a new popular belief that starseeds are indeed real. Or are they?
So, this is definitely a very intriguing topic. Star seeds are a mystery of their own. It is possible that the spirit or even soul can indicate the type of star seed you are. The first time I have ever heard about star seeds is actually through an oracle tarot deck that I own from Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. The tarot deck has unique cards that share this understanding that we humans may have come from star seed families. Those who may live in other galaxies or perhaps other celestial embodiments we may have originated from. Maybe. Some of you may have felt out of place with planet Earth. Star seeds have a soul urge to find home again. However, while you may feel out of place, you can adapt to Earth's ways by living in areas that align to your soul's purpose and mission. This topic is for sure intriguing because we really don't know for sure. This topic is meant to be fun, and as always, keep an open mind.
What is a starseed? No one truly knows what a starseed is, or who is a starseed might be the precise question to ask. Starseeds may look human, but are not. At least that's how I envision it in order to make sense of this. On the contrary, starseeds are not from planet Earth, but are born and live on through infinite galaxies, many galaxies and light years away. A starseed presents itself to humans on planet Earth, attempting to change humans for the betterment of peace, healing, and reawakening humans' positive energy.
In order to explain star seeds a little further, I'm going to add by using Sailor Moon as a reference. I have talked to you guys about Sailor Moon before, one of my favorite shows growing up, but I felt like it tied in very nicely to this episode. If you grew up watching Sailor Moon in the 90s or even read the manga, there is a portion of the anime where the Moon Kingdom, where Sailor Moon used to live, is attacked by the villains known as the Negaverse. They are led by the evil Queen Beryl because she wanted the power of the silver crystal, the light of what is the Moon Kingdom. And in the episode, the Sailor Scouts do their best to defend the Moon Kingdom, but are ultimately met with defeat. So in order to let the characters live on, Queen Serenity of the Moon Kingdom used the last of her power to send the Moon family to planet Earth and be reborn. In this way, it could be seen as reincarnation, and to some degree it may be, but because they are a family from the moon, I like to think of Sailor Moon and the rest of the Sailor Scouts as starseeds. Starseeds, at least to me, are cosmic beings that are meant to fulfill their mission on Earth and be guardians of our planet. When the Sailor Scouts, quote unquote, awaken, they have a deeper connection to their past and their current self or form.
To further touch upon a point of reference like Jissela made with Sailor Moon, in most recent times, a movie that actually came out last year. And, I'm a mother now, so I watch a lot of cartoon movies these days. But there was one by DreamWorks Animation that has debuted on Netflix for those who are interested in watching. And it is called Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. And this movie came out last year, And I recently just watched it and I loved it. It's To sum it all up, it's basically about a kraken, which is a giant octopus. I find that this movie has made a lot of like symbolic meanings with things, and I'll go into that in a second. But in this movie, there's this teenage girl, and a kraken is once again a giant octopus. However, she lives on land with her family, and she was always told and forbidden to go into the ocean. Her mother pretty much instilled fear in her and consequences if she went into the ocean. So growing up, Ruby just never got into the ocean until one day an incident occurred where this boy that she has a crush on, he falls into the ocean. She witnesses it and she tries to save him, and it took a lot out of her to even go into the ocean. But when she did, she overcame a lot of her fears and learned something about herself and her family history. What Ruby Gilman didn't know was that there was life under the sea, life in which it was her family, actually. Under the sea, there was this whole kingdom of other krakens and other sea creatures. And her grandmother was actually the queen kraken, and they possess many, many superpowers, especially the females. They grow to be really giant octopus. And I thought it was pretty cool because octopus have 8 arms, tentacles, and the number 8 is such a powerful, significant number of infinity and beyond. Ruby Gilman and her family possessed these really cool superpowers. However, fast forward to the moral of the story. And the moral is she pretty much grew up not knowing about her family history or the powers that she possessed, let alone also her family. It wasn't until this incident occurred and she discovered a whole new world and a whole new way of being. And her mother had actually fled the ocean life to live on land as a normal human. And she was a realtor. She was really good at it and really good at blending in. But when Ruby Gilman, due to the fact that she went into the ocean, it transformed her and it allowed her to discover her superpowers and the rest of her family, where she originated from. The interesting about this is that despite the fact that her mother created this whole new life for her on land, as hard as she tried to camouflage with other humans, eventually you come back home. Eventually you become more in tune to your soul and your purpose. And in this case, there's a line in the movie, there's a quote where the grandmother, once Ruby discovers this, under the sea life, and she's scared. She's scared. She knows that she's not supposed to be in the ocean. She doesn't know what's happening to her physically. And she flees. And the grandmother says, she wasn't even worried about it. She says something along the lines like, it's okay. A kraken knows their calling. They will be back. I thought that was pretty interesting, especially referring back to this topic and the other references that we've made, simply because even from a young age, we have all these cartoons and animation. It's pretty much the same assignment given to us at a young age, at an older age, later in life. As simple as it is, but yet it can take us a lifetime to figure out. We're always in search of our purpose. And if only, you kind of can tap into home and your soul, is where you will find it. It's where you feel like you've met your calling. So I thought this movie was a very nice parody of being a creature, yet living a human life. And no matter how much you try to disguise certain things or omit the truth or lie, it's like the truth always comes out. The light always beams, if you allow it, because it's going to seep through. And in this case, it was really nice to know that this young teenager who felt like no one ever paid attention to her, no one ever acknowledged her, she finally, it took time and she faced her fear, but she finally overcame that. And it wasn't until she kind of had no choice. She prevailed and tapped into her superpowers, into her calling. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's something that we should all keep in mind. And I know it's an animation movie, but hey, there's a moral to everything. If you just pay close attention, this is one that I do recommend. And again, it can apply to anything. So if you're feeling lost, if you're questioning things, if you're uncertain, sometimes you don't necessarily want to live in the past, but if you have to reflect and if you have to, dig in a little deeper, the past can be a good place to start. That's just my message to you guys. I think that to a certain extent, I don't know fully the concept about star seeds. I was very intrigued by this when Jissela brought it up to my attention, like, hey, we should talk about this. And I was all for it because I truly believe that we all have a purpose, and that really is to be happy, to be at peace, and to allow our purpose to shine and move, pay it forward to others. I strongly believe that that's an ongoing cycle in itself. But on another note, what I do want to say, and this is kind of off topic, but not really. Right now, you guys don't see me, but I am wearing a t-shirt. I'm lounging at home recording. And my t-shirt is a Nike Just Do It shirt. And I've had this t-shirt since last summer. My sister gave me a bunch of shirts that she didn't want. And it wasn't until just yesterday that I finally wore this t-shirt. I'm on FaceTime with my sister and I tell her, hey, I'm wearing the shirt you gave me and I'm not thinking anything about it. She's like, oh, that's cool. Great. It wasn't until hours later I'm at home and I look at my shirt. I said, what is this anyway? Because this is a Nike shirt, guys, but inside of the Nike word and the swoosh, there's it's like design. It's like a little pattern going on in here. And I'm like, what is this anyway? Like, what am I wearing? And little did I notice, guys, it took me all day, but my shirt has a bunch of sunflower seeds embedded in it. And again, I've had this shirt for months, never wore it. Finally wore it yesterday prior to getting my notes together for our episode tonight. I thought it was just funny, the timing of it all, given that we're talking about star seeds, just a little coinkydink, if you ask me. I'm not saying I'm a star seed, but once again, just paying attention to the little things in life and kind of trying to find a correlation to there. Like, I just thought this was pretty cool. And here I am wearing my shirt again. Just because of this episode. So I hope that our message to you all resonates. I hope that you can find the star seed in you and in your soul assignment, because no one can truly know that unless you tap into it. So please do tap into your soul.
Definitely. Star seeds come to Earth to fulfill the soul's mission and contracts. We were meant to have a human and earthly experience. This can happen when one is spiritually awakened, where you begin to remember that you are here for another reason than just to do your quote unquote your human role, because that is how society structured everything. But some may be here, or your star seed ability when you awaken may be here to reach beyond, perhaps even touching another soul in a deeper way. And that connection is magical. To perform the work of a soul and incorporate more peace or justice in today's society or in our Earth society. I feel like maybe in the past, to some degree, starseeds may have been the highest magical forms of beings.
How do you know you are a starseed? You awaken. Your slumber of just living life as it is has broken, and you start to see life for what it truly is. It's like the Matrix movie. Take the red or the blue pill, stay woke or go back to sleep. You are soulfully connected. You're breaking patterns, healing your inner child, etc. We also live in an era of technology and social media where we can gain information faster than the speed of light.
Finding home again. For some, Earth may feel hard to belong to or adapt to, and some of you may question why the way our society was built is not for the equity of all. You may feel out of place on this Earth. Our history is complex, and somehow, even in our current time, we are still rebelling for human rights, for peace above all. Some have chosen to find home again by either moving to areas and adapt where basic human needs are met or fulfilled.
You do soul work. You decide to heal from the inside out. You are kind, loving, have a way to contribute to the service of others. You are unlearning what society has taught you to embrace your own unique journey.
You're empathetic. You can place yourself in the shoes of another soul and understand energies. You are perceptive and emotionally intelligent. You almost want to save others when their world feels like it's crumbling. The downside to this is that you can take more energy than you can handle, where it begins to affect your personal journey because you care too much. And I'm not saying you should not care, but don't let the tide take you over.
You possess deep inner wisdom.
You are highly intuitive. You can read energies. Some of you may be gifted in tarot, understanding crystal energies, or even palm reading, tea readings. There are some ways to understand your intuitive powers. Meditation can help with the process of tuning more or being more intuitive.
Out of body experiences or near death experiences. For those that feel as if they were coming to an end, but life lets you know you are not yet done with human experience.
Feeling lonely. Some people may feel alone in their view of the Earth experience. Not everybody will get you or your perception. Sometimes those that are woke will feel gaslit by those who are in their average, just doing their day to day.
You're helpful, kind, and generous.
You have a deep connection to nature. You may feel more protective of keeping our earth waste free and cleaner. Somehow the energy has to feel light outwardly as well.
You see magic numbers, animals, vivid dreams, etc.
You would like justice for all.
You desire to align to who you are.
Everything is intentional. You no longer value meaningless low frequencies. Your soul is expanding.
You break the routines or life's vicious cycles.
You stop dimming your light.
You are forward thinking, way ahead of others in thought process.
Starseeds, soul contracts, double missions. Light up the world with your unique presence by Rebecca Campbell. 2020 was definitely a tragic year in which lives were lost. We went through an unknown period. However, during the pause, it seems like we were able to connect back to things that brought us joy. So, for the next part of the episode, I want to talk about soul contracts as it ties into starseeds. A soul contract is what you are here to do and you agree to fulfill before you became human. The human body is the physical self, the one society laid out for us to create rules, to keep the world going into motion. The soul's mission, however, that's a different journey. Most of us do not remember exactly what our contracts entailed because some of us do not awaken right away, or even after awakening, we are left with more questions. But I guess that's the soul's journey, to go through a lived human journey, but also staying true to our unique abilities. When we question the status quo, we embark on something other than the world that is presented to us. It's something we cannot see, but feel. It is expansion and living the world to experience humanity in a deep level. That's our soul. We are not only here to quote unquote get the human experience, but also to understand the connection of how we as a soul can help others, our world, and to be the best version of ourselves. And soul work is hard because, as we talked about in previous episodes, it's going and doing soul work. We are all here to contribute something, protect Earth, reduce waste, and figure out a way for us to somehow live in a more peaceful environment. I feel like with soul contracts, like if you think about like the greatest Olympic athletes like Michael Phelps, who is a great swimmer. He's won gold medals, he's won a lot of awards in his life. One of the starseed types could be people that have maybe an Atlantean or water type of, starseed types that they were gifted with, breathing underwater or etc. Fast swimming. Even though we might not remember our starseed family, as Jennifer was talking about earlier in the episode, you could have been gifted with that awakening when you do awaken and you find out like, hey, I have a knack for something or a talent, or even being, I want to say, emotionally available or open or intelligent is a way of being, fulfilling your soul contract, because it's a deeper connection to your human self, your human experience. It's what the soul's journey is here to do and align to. And next, I want to talk about double missions. This can simply be working and contributing back to others with your gifts or your talents. The other part of this double mission is to understand ourselves and our soul journey. Hence why it's called the double mission, because you are not only here to, work on your own soul and your own soul's journey, but you are also here to contribute to other souls, because we are a collective. We are all, as Jennifer always says, we are connected to each other. Everything is connected. So that is the difference between soul contract and then your mission here, or a double mission. Some of you might have only one mission. Some of you might have a double mission. Those that only have one mission, it's possible that you might or may have never or probably won't experience a spiritual awakening. And that's okay, because it only happens to some individuals or some people. And it's because maybe, once again, the societal pressures of life just don't allow you to awaken the soul part of yourself, the soul's mission. And then some of you who do question everything and feel like there is kind of like that longing or more for life, that is your soul emerging and again expanding. So that's the other side of your mission. So one is to contribute back, and the other one is to work on your soul and continue growing and evolving in life's unknowns. Are starseeds real? Are you one? Starseeds are known as light workers because they aim to spread their light in all aspects of the world to be in harmony, defend, and protect our planet. Perhaps if it is real, it is that maybe once, who knows, maybe a long time ago, we once lived in such places of light to restore what was lost. Perhaps we don't remember about our venture to Earth, but again, everything is connected, like Jennifer said. It's all in sync and it's all relative. Beyonce may have been onto something with her song Alien Superstar.
Thank you for tuning in to our talk on Starseeds. If you would like to learn more, here are some recommended sources you can check out. The Starseed Oracle Deck by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. Starseeds by Rebecca Campbell. Soul, a Disney movie, available on Disney. Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken, a DreamWorks animation movie, available now on Netflix. And lastly, Starseed Quiz, available on spiritualunite.com.